Let's take a look then, dude. Okay, let me get this, make sure it's all. Let me load this. On? We on it all? I'll hit my video home. Of course, I'm showing my dashboard. Haha. That's why I'm having it. I'm already live. I'm already live. There it is. Cool. Let me just go over here. I'm gonna go back to full screen real quick. Uh-oh, you gonna see a big me. Oh God. Good Lord. He's thick, boy, he's thick. Okay. Let me go figure out, because I gotta get this synced over to buddy of mine. There we go. Copy. See where I got my audio coming in. It's not even coming in the right spot. Not even coming in the right spot, dude.
So much better.
My life. As I figured. Keep it going. Keep it going. All right. I got like 5 things going on right now, dude. Okay. Let's start with this video here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna like have a look at the current builds in meta while we wait on the release to happen, dude. Are you guys excited? Might swap. I might swap my. I might swap my thing over just to hair, just to see. I'm gonna make sure something.
Or rather ascendancy to be honestly the strongest minion ascendancy of 0.4.
All right. Cool. Okay, dude. I think I'm ready. Let me see. Got audio coming through. Everything looks fine. See. Do I have my extension? Yeah. Let's just not do that. Okay, I don't have the extension and stuff. Cool. Alrighty. Here we go. Uh-oh. Alright. Okay, I think I'm basically ready. I wish I might as well. I need to have audio, but I don't need the audio to bleed into the mic, because then that becomes a problem, right? So here we go, swapping audio. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't brick everything, because that would suck, right? Okay. Already squared now. We just need to reload here. Reload here. Check our audio. All right. I think I'm almost ready, guys. Yeah. Cool. That works. I can still hear everything. Okay, everything looks like it's working right. Let's see if we get chat working. Let me go ahead and get that on. Oh. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Everything's working. All right, I think we're ready to start the post. All right.
Of 0.5, and I'm quite excited to play this. The whole idea is to utilize the support gem Selfless Remnant, which was bugged in the past and has now been fixed, to give the Chayula Monk, also known as Chonk, remnants to them.
This is a strong minion build. I want to check out looking at running SRS minions this time. I don't. You guys probably don't know, but my main is has been the monk. I started on monk. I played Path of Exile 1, Hell and Back, and I played Path of Exile 2 to Hell and Back 2. I think I have like 5 or 6 in-game characters, if I'm not mistaken. Just in Path of Exile 2. Okay. Looks like the motion on my card is looking a little weak. Let's see. Give me checking everything out. All right. Is that better? No, not better. Oh, man. Hello. Mouth just don't work, man. Let's lower it down then. Okay. Everything but the map works. It's so funny. Okay. Da, da, da. I got it. Relaunch. Okay, now it works. What do you know? Haha. Yeah, mine just got fucked. Oops. Alright, but it's getting on too. Sit here and watch.
And by using the node Lucid Dreaming with choosing choice of power, that gives all of these remnants the purple one, which is 7% of damage as extra chaos damage. Now, by stacking this up, it goes up to 10 stacks. We can utilize remnant nodes and whatnot, plus the Ascendancy tree nodes, which will give us a scaling of 100% increase effect of remnants from the Ascendancy node, 20% from the tree, and 40% from the support gem. That is 160% scaling of these 70% damage. So 70 multiplied by 2.6 is 182% damage as extra chaos, which we can now apply to our minions, which is kind of crazy. So there's basically the focus. However, in the current state of the Chayula Monk, we only have 3 different Ascendancy nodes that we can benefit from. The 4th one is completely wasted. But in 0.5, Mark was hinting about the...
So, honestly, the remnants, like gathering the remnants, they need like duration bonuses for sure. Like, it's a lot easier to cap rage than it is to cap stacks on Chayula Flame. Like, I played Chayula with a bow for my first build, and I never got over like 4 or 5. For remnants being capped, but of course I didn't really build into remnant duration. But let's see.
The idea of communing with the Dreamer, which is looking like it's going to allow us to be in a position where we can actually squeeze out a new Ascendancy node, which we don't know what it does, but according to the JSON file, we have 2 unnamed nodes on the tree, which is right after the extra Chaos Rest one. So we're not going to go CI with it. Those are likely going to be the nodes we take with the Ascendancy, but we have no idea what they do, so that's going to be quite interesting. However, if you happen to like this type of video and the content we produce here on this channel, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more content. It does help the channel a lot, and if I don't tell people to do it, people don't do it, so please do it, I guess. And anyways, so that's the focus of the chunk, also known as the Acolyte of Chayula Monk minion play. We are going to start with talking about the leveling. When it comes to the leveling approach of it,
go bow. Just go bow. Go bow. At first, it seems like using the quarterstaff is not good enough. And a lot of people will go bow as a result. Level bow and then playcraft, which you want to. There's not a lot of scaling for elemental damage. So like doing SRS minions, I'll just have to grab minion nodes, and so minions become, expensive very quickly. And so I might have to level bow to start too. And it's probably a smarter idea to do that. Bow's always been really strong.
You have the option of just do twisters. I find that to be really boring if we're going to use twisters on everything, like the Spirit Walker build we're using twisters. Instead, we're going to run a pseudo Flicker Strike. And it is weird that I'm saying that because I can't stand Flicker Strike. But we're going to use a pseudo Flicker Strike approach, which is Staggering Palm. The skill tree is pretty straightforward. The footage you'll see in the background here is us doing it before some optimizations. It was my first time ever playing with it, so bear with my lack of talent applying melee. But basically, what we're doing is we're taking some damage nodes in the early stages and skill speed, and then we are picking up some extra attack.
Yeah, sorry, don't mind the noise. It's just my boy. He's having fun. He's playing around and he's okay. Always okay. He cries whenever he wants to do something, and he tries really hard to do it, and he yells and screams, and then he gets on top of the couch, and that's how he makes it work for himself, you know.
Damage nodes and stun nodes and speed nodes in general by rushing into hollow palm technique.
Yeah, I saw this too.
So in the early stage of leveling, it's very important. This will be linked in the descriptions below to a build guide, a written guide for this as soon as it's posted, which will happen later today. In the Act 1 stage, we're basically using Killing Palm. So what you want to do is have Killing Palm to get power charges, and then you're going to use Falling Thunder with power charge. You don't use Falling Thunder without power charges. And then you're going to run with that into Red Veil in Act 1. This is very, very early levels. And basically, you're just going to use your regular weapon attack, quarterstaff strike, and smack enemies with that. That's your main source of damage. But as soon as you can cull someone with Killing Palm, you get a power charge, and then Falling Thunder gives you the AoE that you want to use. So that's basically the main approach of this. What's really important is the screen I'm looking at right now is lacking the Entangle skill, which is the first skill you're going to be picking up. So when you're leveling, you're basically running around and throwing entangles, and having Entangle keeping you safe from a distance till something is cullable. You use Killing Palm. Now you have power charges. Now you can use Falling Thunder to do a lot of AoE damage. But if you're close to a target, you can shotgun and do tons of extra damage on single targets. So in Red Veil, you basically use Entangle if you need to keep distance from the enemies. You Killing Palm whatever you can to get power charges. And when the boss shows up, you want to be close to the boss.
Honestly, Entangle is pretty boss. Like, I was in Entangle Boy too. Hey, I did a little bit of entangling, so it's fine. I like it. Um, it's interesting to see it as a low B skill because it's really strong. I mean, it's really strong whenever enemies can't get to you and you're not that tanky. So it increases your survivability dramatically whenever you're constantly debuffing the opponent's action speed, basically.
Use Falling Thunder and you will destroy this boss. Now, once you've killed this, you're going to get your level 3 skill gem, and you're going to get access to Staggering Palm. With Staggering Palm, you are now going to drop Killing Palm and Falling Thunder. You no longer need these things, and what Staggering Palm is doing, it is essentially allowing you to dash to the target, do AoE damage, and if the target is stunned, you're going to connect and dash to additional valid targets that's about to get stunned as well. So this is like your pseudo flicker. You're going to be dashing around a lot. So now the focus is to build up a lot of stun and extra damage for the Staggering Palm to just flying around. For single target, however, you are still going to be using Quarterstaff Basic Attack Strike. We're using a Quarterstaff for this build. So when you basically do that on a boss till he is primed to be stunned, you will then use Staggering Palm, which will give you a buff that allows you to fire projectiles during the time that this buff is active. So basically, Basic Attack, till he's primed for stun, Staggering Palm to stun him, get that buff going, use Quarterstaff Strike again to just do the boss damage. That's basically the.
And so the way that I was leveling quarterstaff myself, the last time I was working quarterstaff was the what do you call it? I was using Staggering Palm and damn, I can't remember. What do you call it? Ice Strike, obviously. I was using Ice Strike. I was using Staggering Palm and Ice Strike. So I would, and I wasn't using hollow palm technique at all. I was just going straight for a traditional Ice Strike because I had a quarterstaff that had +3 levels to melee skills. I was happy with that. And so I just played Staggering Palm to Ice Strike, and it got me pretty far. It got me pretty far. Let's see. What is What is this? Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Dude, this thing is so funny. Okay. Man, what is going on with my character? Oh, that's right, it's a little bit backed up. Maybe I'm looking at something else. Hmm. Do my head's turned to the side. I need to fix my lighting, though. I look kind of out of place, don't I? Yeah. Oh, I'm sitting too low, too. See. Oh, shit. The angle match. The light like that, yeah. Hey, that's better, isn't it? Spooky time, dudes. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Whole play, we're going to be using that entire setup through and through the entire game. Now, other abilities we can use later on is when you get access to another skill, you can put Wind Blast. That is your ability to hit enemies from a safe distance. And if your Staggering Palm, depending on your gear, is not immediately stunning the easy mobs as you're clearing, you'll just use a Wind Blast to make them easier to stun for Staggering Palm, and then Staggering Palm before you go into a pack of enemies. You will also be using Tempest Bell and War Banner later on as you get access to them. And the approach to these things is quite simple. You will, on boss fights, walk up to them. You'll start basic attacking them. When you have enough to do a War Banner, you'll place the War Banner. When the enemy is primed to be stunned, you will use Staggering Palm to stun him. After that, you place a Tempest Bell so that because the boss, when they get stunned, they kind of roll away a little bit. Place a Tempest Bell and then a basic attack, which will shoot projectiles because of Staggering Palm. That's like the kind of the to-go-to choice during the Act 1 progression. It's very, very smooth to do, especially when you get access to the Hollow Palm, because that's when you take away your weapon and run Hollow Palm instead, which means no weapons equipped, which makes gearing very easy. It's very important that you look into added flat damage modifiers on gloves, amulets, and gloves and rings, for example. Level of skills for your Staggering Palm, so melee skills, is extremely valuable in terms of scaling your damage, and that can go on both gloves and amulets, for example. So that's another way to further scale the efficiency of this. When it gets to Act 2, for example, we are picking up a freezing mark. We are not using the freezing mark for any purpose at all from the mark effect itself. We don't really care about this at all, really, because we're not going to freeze enemies. However, we have a support called Mark for Death. And the Mark for Death allows you to help armor break the enemy. Later, we're going to have Tempest Bell do this, but when you're hitting a boss to get them to a primed stun state, you're not using Tempest Bell during this time frame. So basically, every boss fight, you're going to start with marking them, then basic attack, and you'll help break the armor. So when you get a prime stun situation happening, Staggering Palm, War Banner, and Tempest Bell, the boss is almost already broken armor entirely.
Okay. So we're just freezing mark for death. Okay. Yeah. It looks pretty simple.
Or about to be, and then after that you don't need to reapply the mark because Tempest Bell is going to have armor break as well and deal with that for you. And once we do the first ascendancy, we are taking it into the breach to generate some remnants, but we are using brutality on the Staggering Palm, so we don't really benefit from the damage, but what the Into the Breach is doing is actually giving us life and mana leech effects on us instead, but we don't really focus too much of Into the Breach, so that's like your last skill to chuck in support gems in. And then in Act 3, it's just the same thing. And the idea with this leveling is during the middle stage of Act 3, when you kill Ignak Dog in middle of Act 3 for the Asak Bog Witch, and doing the either before or after the second ascendancy, depending on your gear. If you have good gear and you're feeling comfortable with the Staggering Palm, you can use that to ascend the Trial of Chaos. If you're not too happy with it, depending on how you feel. I'm not a big fan of melee, but it did really well. I would switch to a Spectre leveling from that point on, where we're using Volguards from the Exile area in Act 3, and then I would ascend, and now you're playing the minion build. So that's basically the way we level.
Okay. I mean, that looks pretty dead on. I wonder if it's gonna be fun. I wonder if it's gonna be nice for me to do that. I wonder if I go SRS, yeah, and then I get Black Flame Covenant, and I run just Fire Chaos, something like that, you know. I think it could be strong. No, I don't like Fireball, but SRS Fireball is kind of cool. I played this like World Fire thing the other day. Um, Basically, I was doing Fireball and Entangle, just doing like a druid that um, has elemental and nature. Mm.
The build is in for the chunk minion. So I'm going to show you the preliminary skill trees that we have for the endgame minion builds. Essentially, you're going to be taking away these.
That looks like a lot of stuff. You start. Obviously, you start building damage because you don't want to hinder your damage first. And then you go on, you grab all this. This is really good stuff right here. Armor and evasion, not armor invasion, energy shield and evasion.
Nodes, as well as the concussive attacks. We're not taking Hollow Palm, of course. We don't go Force Wave, Staggering, or Shatter Palm, for example. We are going to be taking all of the nodes for the Remnants.
Yeah.
And we're taking up nodes such as Necrotized Flesh, Splintering Force, Relentless Fallen, Entropic Incarnation, obviously Valmending to keep the minions alive. We have some extra mini nodes over here.
And I see how he has this open thing here, and he goes all the way over to here. I think that they make a jewel that can get you over to here, like at the elemental equilibrium, to grab all of those minion nodes, and that's what I would do. Because I wouldn't even go over there. I would just grab the thing, the elemental equilibrium, gem or jewel. I'd socket it in there, and then I'd go over here and just grab all of that. I see that he has it right here, a different one, and I'm guessing that he's placed it somewhere I can't see.
Spirit, but more importantly, Lord of Horrors and Spirit Reservation. So when you do this switch into minions, you're going to want to have a rather decent scepter, of course, and you can now use a scepter and a shield for better survivability and better stats and whatnot to help you with defenses and attributes. There's some pretty cool new runes. This was recently showcased as well. If you happen to get one of those, that gives you a ton of extra spirit, but lower for each second level you have. That could be helpful as well if you happen to have one of those. It's not super important, but if you happen to get that from the Runes of Eldor, it's really, really good. However, this tree, we're on this build guide, which will be posted on ice.
I gotta check something, guys. Yeah. Boy, I got friends talking. All right, let's get back.
Events before the league launches is going to have a bunch of different variations. So I'm going to start by showing you the initial tree.
I think I want. I don't know what I want for this idea. I think SRS minions is going to be just fine for me. However, I still want to build like chaos base because it's something I wanted to build for a while. Like I felt like it was very anti-meta of me to do um a bow Taylor monk, but I don't think I I didn't do that intentionally. Wasn't doing that to be crazy. Let's check this out. Uh-oh. Give me a minute. I gotta check something out. Do some audio settings. I'm on down here. There we go. All right. All right, I'm good. All right, I'm good now, dude. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm streaming too, obviously. I think you saw the link. Oh man. And bro, I don't think you can't be heard by the way. Um your audio is going to a different lane and I don't have audio capture enabled for you, so you can't be heard in the mix unless you want to be heard. Of course, dude. Nope. I'm checking my audio lanes right now and you cannot be heard. Yeah. Yeah. You can't be heard at all. Yeah, you can say what you want, dude. I just have to explain the chat while I'm chuckling. I'm glad the audio lane works for both being on chat and for being live. Um I'm just chilling, dude. It's been rough, dude. Been rough. Um dude, I'm still waiting on my knee. Yeah. Um trying to figure out what's going on with it. What the hell? That sucks, man. Yeah, I can't believe that. And how long has it been since that grease fire incident? A year? Dude. Yeah, dude worked at the Krusty Krabs and ended up getting into a grease fire, and it's been a whole year before they've settled his thing. The dude's been in he's been in like recovery for a long time.
Which is what you're probably going to be going.
So I'm watching this. I'm thinking about going Tayula minions, SRS minions, monk minions. Um, Sorry, I'm dealing with like eight different things happening at once. I got people messaging me on Messenger. I got fucking our mutual friend sending me lyrics, talking about lyrics to a song. I wonder if it's based off of our um our mutual friend. He's he started therapy, dude. Alan. Yeah, yeah. He's sending me lyrics, so you know it's one of the music guys, and so he just started therapy, and now he's like sending me lyrics for journaling his therapy.
Going.
Yes, our friends do need therapy. Here, I'll just mute chat real quick, okay? Yeah, I'll mute chat real quick. Oh yeah, yeah. Josh ain't. Oh. Yeah, man. I guess so. Shoot, he started therapy. Um. Kyle's married. Kyle. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. No, dude. Yeah. I mean, you might be on that train, dude. Oh. Are you gonna play PoE 2, man? Yeah. You've been doing that for like 9 months now, haven't you? Okay. I see. Uh I I don't know. Yeah, it's probably 200 gigs is a pretty fair assessment of it, to be honest. Let's see. Hmm. I need to go get me some tea, dude. Um, he, you can't get him to get into. Okay, he doesn't want to get into Path of Exile 2 because he thinks it's pay to win. Because you have to pay. Well, guess what? If he gets in this weekend, it's half off. Did you tell him that? Buy on the website. He gets 150 coins as well. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess he won't play with us. Uh-oh. Too bad. I'm sorry that that happened to you, dude. Yeah. The game is so good, dude. It's what Path of Exile is supposed to be. Yeah. If you have some, you can convert them for really cheap. Like really cheap. Like if you have premium stash tabs, you can convert them to merchant tabs. Yeah. I'm gonna get some more volume on you so I can hear you over everything else going on in my life. About 20% will do it. Oh God, we've got stuff from Angie. Let's see. Jesus Christ, look at my what do I have? Nothing in my earnings stash. One, two, three, four. That's 5, 6, 7. Hey, we got so many currency tabs. Dude, you're gonna be happy whenever you play a standard character because we're gonna get you kind of like set up. I think I have like 1,000. I think I have like 1,000 exalted orbs. Yeah. Amber has like 600, 800 too. So we have a lot. Oh yeah. How much is it? Okay. All right, so this is my old build.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey buddy. I'm gonna chill out. Yeah, I'm gonna chill out. Okay, we're gonna chill out. Let's chill out. All right. It's funny because I got game capture and no audio. Thank you, baby boy. You play with it. You play with it. Yeah. I don't know how I'm not getting audio in the game capture. Uninstall, reinstall? That makes sense. I just gotta figure out how to add. Go into here and get options for this audio. Close. Yeah. I need an audio option in my game capture. Let's do this. It's okay, dude. It's all right. see. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, thank you. All right, I got my audio coming in. Jesus. All right, buddy. All right, buddy. Okay. Okay, we're gonna chill out. Oh, good, dude. We're gonna chill out. Okay. We're going. There we go.
Wall guards, or potentially using the very, very popular cultist archers is going to be something you could use. But you're going to run with wall guards first. The tree will look like this, and there's some variations here. These will all be posted on the build guide as well. With the wall guards or cultist archers, we are picking up the node growing swarm to give them cooldown recovery. And the only way you're going to use cultist archers, we don't even know if it's going to be good, is if you have access to Catal's rejuvenation. Catal's rejuvenation is making it so that your remnant now also gets 5% cooldown recovery. This stacks up to 8 times, which means that when we're giving these remnants to our minions, they actually get 40% cooldown recovery, which is the whole purpose of us utilizing Volgards for endgame play in a proper way, but also allowing us to maybe have cultist archers be a potential choice. So we're going to have that in the guide till we play test it and see if it's good enough. If it's not, then you just change them into Volgards. The builds are basically the same, which is one minion changes to another. So that's the Volgard tree. We are in the end game planning on using a From Nothing jewel. From Nothing allows you to take passive nodes within a radius of a keystone, and that keystone for this build would be Whispers of Doom, so we can give our minions resistances. Now, before you have access to this unique item, you simply will just take regenerative flesh and one of the extra resistance nodes on each side. So this is basically your defensive node that you can take to keep your minions alive when it comes to resistance mitigation before you have access to the From Nothing jewel to save some passive nodes. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you don't like running cultist archers or Volgards, then you have these the powered zealot version. Powered zealots don't need a growing swarm, but that's about it. Everything else.
Yeah, I'm able to take a break anytime. I'm just sitting here. I'm gonna react to this video a little bit, and then I'm going to stop probably audio on my phone so that you can do what you need to do and chill out with let's see, because that works. Alrighty, I'm gonna finish this video now.
Remains the same on the tree. And I also want to point out that we are taking Warding the Fetish. However, Warding Fetish has been moved to take one extra step from here, and there's going to be one extra node in the cluster for this. That's why I have these 2 nodes on the screen showing there. But we're taking Warding Fetish. You'll only take this when you have a decent energy shield providing focus, because that's part of our defenses. We're aiming to have a couple of thousand energy shield, and the rest is going to be evasion. But before I talk about defenses, I'm going to talk about the last version of this, which is not the Spectre version, and that is Skeletal Sniper. So you could run this if you don't like having your irises burnt in with either lightning colors or fire from the minions. Then you could run Skeletal Snipers instead, and this should work very, very fine as well. The difference is on the tree that we don't take Growing Swarm. However, the From Nothing jewel allows us to reach dark entries, which gets us plus level of all chaos skills, and the Sniper Skeleton is a chaos tagged ability. That's like the only differences on the tree when it comes to the different variations. Obviously, skills will change. All of this will be covered in the written guide more in detail. So when it comes to defensive layers, the plan is to use Ghost Dance. Ghost Dance has been changed to now.
What? Yeah, YouTube and yeah. I mean, you probably want, if you're gonna watch it, then you probably want to mute it because you're gonna get audio from me much quicker than audio from there, and yeah, yeah. I'm just watching. So basically, there's an SRS minions. Yeah, I gotta go to the restaurant over there, honey, for the ladder. Yeah, here in a little bit.
Okay.
Whenever it's nice. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Man, I need to go get some tea real quick. I'm gonna finish this video.
Instead, regenerate your energy shield based.
Anyway. So, I've never run a minion build, but the chaos tag minion's probably going to be more likely what I would do because I'm going to be scaling the chaos and the minions. So if I have a minion and chaos tagged out like ally, then what I can do is I can scale both of them at the same time, and that's going to be lucrative for me because it basically okay, so let's say you get to 50% increased chaos damage, right? And it's a minion, and then you get to 50% minion damage. Diminishing returns after you get past like 50% or 100% is that your damage is scaling, but it's not scaling at the same rate. So taking the nodes, so like if you add 20% on top of, so if you get 20% increase on 50% and go to 70, it's a higher bonus than if you go from 100 to 120. Eventually, it's better to scale different stats because you can get a higher bonus, like overall bonus. So like if you have you have more than one like tag on the skill and ability. Those are all the different ways in which you can scale it. Because getting 30% increased minion damage can be better than getting 20%, or excuse me, 30% chaos damage if the scaling is different between them, right? So if you already have 50% chaos damage and you have 0% increased minion damage, getting 20 to 40% increased minion damage is going to be better than getting 20 to 40% chaos damage increased at that point. Is what I'm trying to get at. I guess I'm saying it right. That's the way I understand it, and I could be totally wrong, but I think that's how it works, and that's how the diminishing return of increased damage works. But again, Path of Exile 2 systems are so complex, it's hard to, you have to just do it. Everything in the system works, and so you don't have to follow a build. Just play the way you want to play, and if you find yourself dying, increase your defenses. If you find yourself not killing things fast enough, yeah. There's a build planner, I think. Oh, you're just gonna transfer you're gonna transfer the game from your PC to your handheld, just with it being downloaded on the PC. That's smart move, dude. I see. That makes sense. Yeah, because you're gonna get a good like you're gonna get a good amount.
Of your evasion. So with that approach, we have decided that we're going to focus more on the evasion part of the build rather than having pure hybrid. So we'll go for pure evasion with energy shield as a buffer, hence why we take the energy shield from the focus node and basically just double down on that, because what they made a nerf to the subterfuge mask. Instead of 2 evasion per 1 energy shield, it is now 1 evasion per energy shield. So we're just not going to use an energy shield helmet. Instead, we're going to use a pure evasion helmet. We are, like the other versions of the hybrid ES evasion, going to use Spectral Ward, where we have +1 maximum energy shield per 12 evasion on our body armor and focus heavily on a high evasion body armor. So when it comes to the approach of oiling your amulets, if you have enough energy,
Dude, yeah, I've been watching Subnautica too. I've been playing the what's the Subnautica that was in between the Below Zero? Yeah, I've been playing that one. Subnautica 2 looks pretty cool, dude.
shield, something like patient barrier is not a bad thing to do. However, it does cause an isolation.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll be. Well, it's only if you go to the tree, right? Spoilers. Oh yeah, yeah. I played. I got to the moon pool and the what do you call it? I got the sea truck unlocked as well. Yeah, so I was riding around in the sea truck trying to do deeper level. I got 300 feet brake resistance, and so I started getting down low and unlocking like quest steps and stuff. But you know, I've only played it for so long. I don't have a whole ton of time. Not a whole lot of time. I just got a little bit of time.
Can be a bit expensive. You have some other minion nodes, such as the minion nodes from Silent Guard Defense, but Holy Protector is decent. Bringer of Order is decent. We have not growing.
I've got 3 things going on: conversation and the
Deadly Swarm, which is decent as well. But other than that, for the most part, there's quite a few different choices. I think that the defensive style is probably a better choice because we can run a Bestial Skin as well, which is increased evasion from equipped body armor, which I think is going to be the more obvious choice when it comes to the oiling for this build, since we are heavily focusing on the idea of evasion defensively scaling rather than using our oil for offense. I think Bestial Skin will be the play. And that is simply because we want to focus a lot on our defenses. A build like this will have its vast majority of defensive mitigation coming from your gear pieces, so it will be quite important that you keep track of that and do that properly, because everything.
Dude's so smart. Dude, Gazzy's so smart about it. I still think that energy shield scaling is maxing it though. Yeah, like energy. I think I saw like someone else saying Darth. Yeah, Darth saying or somebody on Darth's channel saying that with all of the life nodes and all of the life gear, you can only get to about 12k. You have to go full investment. You can get about 12k health, but you can get 12k energy shield from like minimum investment. Like people are getting stupid energy shield. You can easily get to 20k. And same thing with armor. You can get to, well, I mean, you have to really get into some armor scaling to get 20k armor, but yeah, you can get 20k armor. as far as like stat to stat. But if you're doing high health and high armor, then your tankiness is going to be crazy if you can get 20k or 10, like around 8, 10k life. I know Amber, she played Bear Monstrosity, Druid Bear, and like she would gain life back so quick she'd never die. Like you couldn't kill her.
But I also had
Yeah, you had really high armor. She also had a way in which instead of her energy shield charging off of energy shield, it was charging off of damage that she took. And so she would basically take a ton more damage on that than on the
I
other stuff.
also had like, Legion
Mhm.
based on
Yeah, yeah. She had damage recoup at 30%. So even if she got hit, she got 30% of it back, and she got it scaling back into her energy shield. So she constantly had energy shield refilling faster than her life pool. So anytime she got hit, her energy shield instantly came back, and then she has 30% mitigation. She's always at full life, and then when she does get hit by a bomb, it doesn't even get past the layers of her defense. She couldn't get one shot by anything. Like all the way, we got the tier 15 maps that way. Yeah, she's ridiculous. I think we're what, 82, 84 at tier 15 maps. Doing just fine.
Else is pretty straightforward. Unlike the Spirit Walker, which also has the vast majority of defenses on the gear every build has, the Spirit Walker does offer some different scaling effects that allows the build to have some damage mitigated because of its ascendancy and because of the minions choices that are being run. Whereas this version, which is the Acolyte of Chayula Monk, doesn't have that free access to mitigating damage. So instead, in this one, you have to be mindful of what you're doing with your gear to make sure you have defense in the higher end game, which will be evasion related, which is why we're pushing for as high evasion as possible to mitigate or avoid damage avoidance rather. But that's kind of like the TLDR of the build. I only have these trees and the footage from the leveling to show you right now. There will be a written guide linked in the description below as soon as it's ready for the leveling guide. And before the league launches, we're going to have the endgame version. And before people start asking me, where's the .build files? Are they coming? The answer is yes. All of the build guides that we're posting in Ice Events, all of them will have a .build file connected to it. However, we don't know if this is going to be achievable before League starts, so we might have to wait a day or two into League start before those show up, but we will be posting them for every single build. The new tools, so bear with us as we're waiting for how we're going to do this and how they're going to look so we can make that in a good way. Anyways, I'm going to stop yapping. If you find this video useful or helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, leave a comment down below what build you're planning on League starting, and good luck.
Hey, Gazzy's OG. I mean, this dude made Righteous Fire, okay? He made the Righteous Fire walking simulator build, okay? Dude's amazing.
League Toms, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then.
We love Gazzy here, okay? All right. I gotta pause stuff. I gotta go do stuff in the house. I'm not getting off of Discord. I'm just swapping over to my phone. I gotta go take care of some stuff I can say off stream. Yeah. Easy enough. Nice little cut in.